to Westfield State. Since we can't bring you to our campus, why don't we bring our campus to you?
Before we get started, we're going to give a little bit more information about ourselves to you.
My name is Gabby. I'm from West Springfield, Massachusetts, and I'm currently a junior studying computer science and mathematics. In addition to being a tour guide, I'm a student representative for the College of Math and Sciences. I'm a tutor for a bunch of math classes, and I'm in the honors program.
My name is Madison, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm actually from Westfield, Massachusetts. I've lived here my entire life. I'm a nursing major, and when I'm not touring, I am the vice president of our nursing club. I'm also a part of the honors program, like Gabby, and I just recently joined the curriculum committee for our nursing program on campus. We're going to get our tour started in our Horace Mann Center. This building houses the major of criminal justice. Further along the tour, when we say a major is housed somewhere, that's where your major-specific courses, advisors, professors, and anything really related to your major will be located. So criminal justice is what is in our Horace Mann Center. Other things that you might utilize in this building are over here, which is our admissions office, Office of Financial Aid, student accounts, marketing, amongst other things as well. We also have a lot of administration in this building, including our president's office. This building is a satellite building. It is the furthest spot on our campus. It's the farthest you would ever have to walk, but we do provide shuttle services based on class schedules that do bring you to and from main campus to this.
Want to come on tour with us?
Looks like he does. Let's go to our Woodward Athletic Center next.
Welcome to our Woodward Athletic Center. Here at Westfield, we have a couple different tiers of athletics. Our highest tier is obviously our varsity athletics. We are a Division III school. That means you're going to be practicing about 6 to 7 days a week and playing schools that are outside of Westfield State. Our next tier down is our club athletics. It's a little bit less of a commitment than our varsity. You are not necessarily practicing every single day a week, but you are still playing teams outside of Westfield. And then our lowest tier is our intramural athletics. That is Westfield on Westfield, and I would say it's arguably our most competitive athletics here at Westfield State. We have things like flag football, indoor soccer, basketball, and it gets super duper competitive. We like to say that about 90% of our students do get involved in intramurals during their time here at Westfield. I usually like to add I was on an indoor soccer team, and I got kicked off after the first game, but I was a part of that 90% for sure. Athletic Center is also an academic building as well. Behind me is our movement science department, where you can either major in athletic training or movement science, where you can then concentrate in either physical education or exercise science. Now we're outside on Alumni Field. I do want to point out that everything was redone 2 summers ago, as well as our field house inside, so everything is really relatively new.
Our next stop is public safety. Here at Westfield State, we have 3 tiers of our public safety. Our lowest tier is our student safety assistants. Many of these students are criminal justice majors, so they have an opportunity to work hand in hand with our campus police, but it is an on-campus paying job available to any of our students. Their responsibilities include driving our shuttle services around campus that bring you to and from Southlaw and to different points on campus as well. They also help with parking at different sporting events and busy days on campus. Our next step above that is our ISOs, or Institutionalized Security Officers. These are like the moms and dads of our residential buildings. They will be assigned to a residential building of their own, and they maintain the safety and security within those residential halls. Our last and highest tier of public safety on our campus is our campus police. They are trained at the state level. Their jurisdiction is just this campus and Western Avenue. So they could pull you over if you're speeding out of here on your way to summer vacation. But other than that, they do obviously maintain the safety and security on our campus. They're super friendly, super awesome. You'll see them in the dining commons, at our Dunkin' Donuts, and all around campus trying to make conversation with you. In addition to all of our tiers of public safety, we do also have systems of alert and notifications to keep our students and families informed and safe on our campus. Right here next to me is our blue light, red button system. This is very standard nowadays for safety on college campuses. How it works is you'd hit this red button right here, and within 2 minutes, someone from our public safety department will be there to assist you. The only time we've ever had to utilize this on our campus was for a medical emergency on a tour. Westfield State is in a very residential area. I feel very safe on campus. It's really well lit at night, but we do have this in case you are feeling unsafe or have an emergency going on. We do also have what's called a rave text alert system. If you decide to come to Westfield State at orientation, you will be required to sign up for it as a student. Families are not required to sign up, but are encouraged to, so they can keep themselves informed as well. This text alert system not only sends you messages to your cell phone, but also emails you as well. This is a great system to notify our students of snow days, delays, or something else that may be going on campus that they need to be aware of. And if all else were to fail us, we do have a loud horn system on top of Parental Hall, which we will show you in a little bit on our tour, that blares all throughout campus. Kind of sounds like the Hunger Games when it goes off, but I can guarantee that you'll hear the message wherever you are on campus.
Good afternoon. My name is Madison, and I'm a nursing student from Westfield State University. Before we get started, can I verify your name and your date of birth?
Welcome to our Nettie M. Stevens Science and Innovation Center. This is our newest building on campus. It opened in the fall of 2016. And right behind me is Wilson Hall, which is our largest academic building. In our Nettie M. Stevens Science and Innovation Center, our first floor does have our nursing wing. The next floor up has our biology labs, and the next floor above that has our chemistry labs, as well as a mock stock exchange multimedia room. At Westfield State, we do have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. What that means is your professors are going to know your names. They're going to know when you skip their class or fall asleep in the back row. But what that also means is they're more likely to be there for you when you need help. We actually require all of our professors to have office hours every single week. So if you are falling behind in a class, they are there to help you if you do need some help. At Westfield, we do have a couple different options for classes. Our normal classes cap at about 30 students, and they usually fill up to that depending on the class. I know I took a Calc 3 class that had about 6 students in it, so it really does depend on the class you're in. We do have large auditorium style classes that cap at a little over 100 students, but they almost never fill up to be that much. And for every large auditorium style class we do have a smaller classroom style as well, if you know that you learn better in that instance. We also have hybrid classes, which are half online, half in person, as well as fully online classes. So you can really make your schedule to learn in your best ability. Behind me is Wilson Hall. Like I said, it is our largest academic building on campus. It houses all of our hard and soft sciences, so anything from computer science and math, biology and chemistry, nursing, even business and psychology can be found in this building. Because we are a liberal arts school and we do run on the Common Core, you will definitely be taking a class in this building during your time here at Westfield.
Another academic building on our campus is Bates Hall. The majors housed in this building are English and history, so you'll definitely be taking classes here at some point in time. Another very important part of our Bates Hall is our Military Community Excellence Center. This is an amazing resource that's offered to people on campus who have someone in the armed forces, or you're in the armed forces yourselves. They provide a lot of resources for you. A couple different buildings on this stop of our tour. Right behind me is New Hall. This is a great option for our upperclassmen living. This is an apartment style building, which means that you do get your own living rooms, your own kitchens, your own bathrooms, and there's 4 to 6 people in each apartment. Fun fact, me and Gabby are actually living in New Hall together next year. Attached to New Hall is our marketplace. We also refer to it as our gas station without the gas. Basically anything that a convenience store would have, like ice cream, frozen meals, chips, snacks, and all those good things will be inside our marketplace as well. It's a very popular place on campus to grab a snack if you're studying late, or if you want to grab some ice cream, have a milkshake, all those kinds of things. The next building at this stop is Mod Hall, which is right behind me. It is called Mod Hall because it is modular, and you could pick it up and put it anywhere on campus that you wanted to. I personally think it looks great where it is. There's a couple different majors housed inside of there. We do have our ethnic and gender studies, social work, sociology, foreign language, and our honors program is also housed in Mod Hall as well. Welcome to our Interfaith Center. If you're a student that's looking to continue practicing your faith while you're here on our campus, this is where you're going to be spending lots of your time. We offer services for a variety of different religions and faiths, and it's welcome for all students. It's also a safe space on our campus. We've had yoga classes in here. If you want to do your homework, just have a chill space to go, this is a great opportunity for you to do that as well. Welcome to Davis Hall. This is going to be one of your first year residential options. This is a standard double in Davis Hall, as well as many of our other residential options for first years. What you see in the room is what comes in the room. So if it is a double, like the one we're showing you, it'll come with 2 desks, 2 beds, 2 dressers, which can be stored anywhere in the room. A lot of people do tend to put them under their bed, as well as a closet unit over on this side, which does open up, and each person does have their own drawer unit as well in there. And a great perk that we offer here in our housing system at Westfield State is that every traditional double, triple, or quad does come with a mini fridge, freezer, and microwave unit. This unit does conserve electricity since there are tons of people living in one building at a time, and it comes included in each room on campus.
At Westfield, there's a couple different options for picking a roommate. The first option, which is actually the option the university recommends, is to go completely random. What that means is you'll fill out a survey basically detailing how you live. Are you a clean person? Are you a messy person? What time do you go to bed? Do you care if your roommate borrows your sweatshirt? These seem like silly questions, but it really helps us match you with someone that lives very similar to you. So when it asks you if you're a clean person, if your mom is the reason your room is clean, don't put that you're a clean person, because you'll get matched with a clean person, and that's tension right off the bat. So put that you're messy, get matched with someone that's messy, and you guys can bond over becoming clean together. The next option is to come in with someone that you know from home. However, this is the option the university almost never recommends. Living with someone is completely different than being friends with someone, and we would hate to see a lifelong friendship break up over who ate the last bag of Cheez-Its. So if you think about it, if you both come in with your own roommate, your group of 2 can go to a group of 4, and you already have 2 new college friends, which is great. And the last option, when you guys graduate from high school, you will be put in our Facebook group for your graduation year of college. So I'm in the class of 2021 Facebook group. And you would go in and you'd post a little bio about yourself. I would write something like, "Hi, my name is Gabby. I love unicorns. Disney is my favorite thing ever. So if you have Disney Plus, hit me up. I love long walks on the beach, and spaghetti is the best food in the whole entire world." And Maddie would go on and she'd say, "Oh my God, I have Disney Plus. We have to binge watch all of High School Musical together." And we would message each other a couple times, maybe hang out a couple times over the summer, and from there we would decide to mutually be roommates. I like to emphasize that that is a mutual request. If I request Maddie and she doesn't request me back, the school doesn't even know if we know each other. They would never put us together. That's so creepy. So definitely make sure you mutually request each other.
Follow me to the common area where we're going to talk a little bit more about picking our housing. Once you and your roommates have mutually selected one another, it's going to be time to pick your housing. Our housing system works off of seniority. Seniors pick first, followed by our juniors, our sophomores, and our first years. First years pick their housing for their fall and spring semester of their first year at a separate time than our upperclassmen, so this doesn't come into play until you go into your sophomore year. There's going to be 3 residential options for our first years as of next year. Davis Hall, the building we're in currently, is one of them. We also offer Dickinson as one of our first year living options. Dickinson and Davis are sister buildings, so if you were to put a blindfold on, you would never really know what building you were in. They're the exact same layout. Each building just recently got updated with a bunch of renovations for our common rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, and other spaces in the halls as well. Lastly, Lammers Hall is the last option for our first years. Lammers Hall is a little bit different in its layout, but we'll get to those details when we show you it on our tour. Once you and your roommates have discussed which building is best suited for you guys for living, you're going to go in at your randomly generated pick time for whichever roommate has the best option. For example, if I had a pick time of 5:30 and Gabby is my roommate and she had a pick time of 7:30, I would go in at 5:30 to my housing, and I would select whatever building I wanted to live in. Say I picked Davis, and an entire blueprint of Davis Hall would appear on my screen. I would see all the rooms that are available, the ones that are taken, and where they are in relation to things such as the common areas, kitchens, bathrooms, stairs, laundry, all those kinds of things. Once I've looked through all the available rooms and I found one that I believe we'll be happy with, I click in and I lock it in, and that will be our guaranteed room by the end of housing. It's great, so you know exactly where you're living as soon as the housing process is over. And what's even better is that my roommate would not have to go in at their pick time to pick the same room as I did. That's why we mutually select one another online. You will only have to have one person do the picking, and you'll be guaranteed to be with one another.
Our residential buildings have a couple different features for security. Because we do allow you to pick the exact building you want to live in, we also lock our bathrooms. Because we don't know if a boy or a girl is going to be on either side of you, or if it's going to be a floor of all boys or a floor of all girls, we do lock our bathrooms for an added level of security. In addition, we also lock our buildings. So if I lived in Davis Hall and Madison were to come visit me, I would have to go get her from the front door, but she would also have to borrow my ID to get into the female's bathroom. If I had a male friend come visit me, I would have to find a male resident on my floor to borrow his ID for him to use the bathroom. It's just an added level of security, and it allows us to have everybody in the building being someone that we want in the building. In addition, we also have residential assistants in every single building. They are students just like Maddie and I, and they're always sophomore and up. And they're kind of like your brothers and sisters when you come to college. If you have any questions or any concerns, they are your point person for anything of that nature. We also, like we talked about in public safety, have institutional security officers that walk around late at night. They are the first responders if anything were to happen, and we also have our residential assistants at the front desk at night for the same reason.
In every single residential building, there also is access to laundry services. Depending on what building you're in, it might be on the first floor, and it might also be on the basement level. It's $1.75 to wash and $1.75 to dry. You can use your quarters, or you can also use Owl Bucks, which is a form of money that you put on your student ID, which makes it a debit card. You just swipe it, and then you're good to go.
We're gonna go check out the next part of our campus. Come with us. For you as a first-year student. It is what we refer to as picture frame style living. So on the outside where a frame would be is where your bedrooms are, and on the inside where the picture would be is where all your common rooms, bathrooms, and kitchens are. We like to say Lammers is a really great building to live in if you love to cook or maybe eat other people's food, because there are 16 kitchens in this building. Also annexed to Lammers is our Counseling and Career Center. The Counseling Center is really great if you're having a good day or a bad day. We have a bunch of trained professionals that you can go talk to whenever. We also put on the best event on campus through the Counseling Center, Puppy Therapy. Yes, you heard that right, Puppy Therapy. We bring puppies from all over town, come play out on our green. It's a rain or shine event, so if it's nice out, maybe like today, you might see a bunch of puppies running out around. If it's a little bit crappier, maybe raining, they would be inside our Ely Campus Center. Also in this building is our Career Center, so if you need some help building a resume, maybe practicing for an interview, the Career Center is really great for stuff like that. And we have a saying, once an owl, always an owl, so if you graduate and a couple of years down the line, you find yourself looking for a job, we're still here to help you out.
Right next door to Lammers Hall is University Hall. University is the newest residential building on our campus, and we often refer to it as our campus hotel because it is brand new and beautiful inside. University Hall is a little bit different than a traditional residential building, and it's in between our residential buildings and our apartments. It's a suite style building. So what that means is you have your own living rooms, your bathrooms, your 4 to 6 roommates in it as well, and you also have a kitchenette. So that's a full-size fridge and counter space for any other kitchen appliances you would like to bring, but it does not include a stove or an oven. Therefore, you will be required to have a full meal plan if you do live in University Hall. This building is an option for our sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and a few lucky first-year students might be able to live in this building if they are part of the honors program. Welcome to our Ely Library. We're going to be explaining everything you see as we take a walk through. There is a lot of computers for our students to utilize here in our library. There is no computer requirement here at Westfield State, meaning that if you are unable to bring a laptop, computer, or other technology, you are not required to do so. In regards to what kind you may purchase, there is no restrictions to that as well. Whatever works best for you works for us. As you can see in the center, there's a few books. These are our education resource books. Many of our education majors utilize these for their lesson planning purposes. As we head towards the back, you are going to be seeing a bunch of different study rooms, which we have on the second floor as well. These study rooms can be rented up to 2 hours per person. It's great if you need to work on a project, practice giving a presentation, or do homework and get away from your room for a little bit. As we head towards the front, you're going to see our Technology Resource Center. This is a great space for students to utilize if they need help with anything going on in their computer, software-wise, or if they're experiencing issues with our Wi-Fi. If they're having more serious issues with their technology, we can also refer them to an expert in the area. Lastly, as we head out towards the front, we're going to be passing what we call our stacks. The stacks are 5 floors of reference and non-reference material. It pretty much has anything you need, but if you needed access to more materials, we are part of an interloan system, which does provide access to a bunch of other materials at other colleges and universities across the United States. Right behind me is our bookstore. Our bookstore has lots of different things going on inside. The first section is anything that Westfield State could put their name on it, they probably did. You can find sweatshirts, sweatpants, jackets, hoodies, hats, you name it, they have it in there. And Westfield State's logo is going to be on it. The next section is our drugstore / CVS and Staples section. We also provide access to lots of different materials like notebooks, pencils, pens, folders. If you need ibuprofen, a phone charger, gum, candy, all those kinds of things will be in there as well. Lastly is the actual book part of our bookstore. You can buy or rent your textbooks, new or used. Just check with your professor to see what's the best option for you.
Welcome to our Ely Fitness Center. This is the largest fitness center on campus, and it is the one typically used by students. As you can see on our upper level, we have all of the cardio equipment, so anything from a treadmill, an elliptical, a Stairmaster to bikes can be found on our upper level. The gym membership fee is $92.50 a semester. However, it is already built into your tuition. You do have the option to waive the fee if you wish, but we do like to recommend that you keep it for at least your first semester. You might not have worked out when you were in high school, but you have a lot more free time in college, and we find that some students like to pick up different hobbies such as weightlifting and maybe Zumba. So as you can see on this lower level, we have anything that you can pick up and put down. So anything from barbells, dumbbells, we have a couple squat racks, a couple benches. You can find all of that stuff down here. So like I mentioned earlier, we do have a smaller fitness center in our Woodward Athletic Center. However, that one's used typically more for movement science classes or our athletic teams. This fitness center is a lot bigger, there's more room, there's more equipment, hence why it's used more by our student population on campus. On our upper level, in addition to the cardio equipment, we do also have an aerobics room. It's used for classes like Zumba, Pilates, yoga, which are usually student taught and run.
We're heading towards the lower level of our Keeley Campus Center next. This is where a lot of activities take place. We're going to be looking at our student activities involvement and leadership window. This organization works in conjunction with our campus activities board, which is completely student run and organized. This group is mandated to have events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening on campus. These events can be on campus and they can also be off campus. The off campus events are very affordable and super fun. We're going to be walking towards our Owl's Nest. This is an on-campus space where we host a lot of the events that I mentioned. We also have our Office of Student Government Association. Our SGA is larger than UMass Amherst, which is about 5 times our size. So our students really do have a lot of say on campus here. It's a great opportunity for you to get involved and have a voice on our campus. And of course, Dunkin' Donuts is one of our favorite spots as well.
Right behind these doors is our Tim and Jean's Dining Commons. We also call it the DC for short. When you get inside, you're gonna see all of our different food stations, stuff you'll see every day, like our pizza station, pasta, deli line, and our grill. We also have made-to-order sushi, stir-fry, omelets, and rotating entree stations that change according to the day of the week. There's lots of different food in there, and it's really, really good too. When you come to Westfield State as a first-year student, you're going to be required to have what we call our unlimited meal plan. I will explain the components of the meal plan in just a moment, but the unlimited meal plan comes with a limited amount of meal swipes and 250 dining dollars. Our meal swipes are what gets you into this main dining commons. When you enter the doors, there's a computer desk right over there. They swipe your student ID, and from that point forward, it's unlimited buffet style food. So if you wanted to be in there from open to close, 7 to 10 p.m., you could sit there all day with your friends and have a Thanksgiving feast and eat an endless amount of food. You can also just walk in, grab an apple, and head out the door to class. However much or however little you eat is up to you. Once you exit those doors, that is when your swipe is complete. Our dining dollars are what we use at the eateries around our campus. Wilson Cafe, our TJ Bistro, which is attached to our dining commons, Ely Harvest, and our eatery in Horace Mann Center as well. Those dining dollars are great because if you do not use them, you will lose them. So students tend to use them up pretty quickly and get all the yummy food in our eateries. We also have Owl Bucks, which we have mentioned at other points on our tour. Owl Bucks is a form of money that you can put on your student ID. It's completely controlled by you, so you can have however much or however little Owl Bucks on there as you would want. And you can use those for places on campus, as well as 75 off-campus locations as well. If you find that the unlimited meal plan is a little bit too much for you after your first semester, you can downgrade it to our DC basic plan. That comes with 224 meal swipes and 150 dining dollars. So it's a little bit less if you're finding that the unlimited plan is just a little bit much for you. And then if you ever find yourself living in one of our on-campus apartments or have off-campus housing of your own, we do offer the commuter / on-the-go meal plan. That comes with 50 meal swipes and 400 dining dollars. It's a great on-the-go option for anyone that's living in an apartment or has off-campus housing for themselves.
The first thing you would notice when you walk in is our Dever stage and auditorium. We use this auditorium for things like a cappella performances, dance team performances, maybe even some TED Talks. Across the hall is our International Programs Office, so if you're interested in studying abroad during your time at Westfield State, that's where you would go to do so. We have programs that are national, international, and even ones that's on a cruise ship. Definitely check out our website for more information on that if you're interested. A little farther down the hall, we do have our academic advising office. So when you guys come to Westfield State as a first-year student, we make your schedule for you to put you on track to graduate in 4 years. But every semester after that, you're actually in charge of making your own schedule. So academic advising is really great. You have your own advisor in there as well as in your own major to help you set up your schedule to help you best succeed in your 4 years at Westfield State. Also in Parenzo Hall is our Bonacos Academic Center. So if you need a little bit of academic help during your time here at Westfield State, that's where you would go to do so. If you have a 504 plan or an IEP plan in high school, that's where you would be accommodated for that. If you need a tutor for any of your classes, the Bonaco Center actually offers free tutoring for all of our students. And to become a tutor, you need a B+ average in the class and a recommendation from the professor, and you get paid as a tutor. Really great deal. Also in this building is our mailroom as well. Parental Hall is really interesting because we're actually undergoing a $40 million renovation in the next coming year. So all of the offices in this building are actually going to be moved to Scanlon Hall, which is the building right next door.
We hope that you enjoyed your virtual tour of our campus today.
We're sorry we didn't get to see you in person, but we hope to see you on campus in person real soon.
Bye!